Hi everybody, I'm Lofi.
I'm Jinxie.
And today we are continuing Sabrina. We're on season 2, and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, if you want to get specific. We just watched chapter 14. In that, a lot happened in that episode, actually. So Harvey asked Rozs to the sweetheart dance, and she said yes, and it was really sweet. She asked for not Sabrina's permission, but she checked that she was okay with it.
Yeah,
they're cute
polite together. Yeah. I think.
Theo comes out to his father, and he actually took it really well. The father did, little adjusting, but he was like, "Yeah, I'll take you clothes shopping." Yeah. There was no get out of my house, and that was great. I was really happy with that. Father Blackwood proposes to Aunt Zelda. About that.
Yeah.
And then you find out that she doesn't really love him. That she's like, "We make a good pair." She's like, "Of course I don't love him." I'm like, "Oh,
she can use him." Yeah, so
which,
it
makes in that sense, yes, they are a very good pair.
Yeah.
We found out Dr. Cerberus is an incubus, and that's why he was avoiding Hilda. That's why he was avoiding Hilda. But they're making it work, which is adorable.
Yeah.
Billy, the bully, apologizes to Theo, which is cool.
It was cool, but it was also kind of random because there was nothing to instigate Billy's change.
Except for apparently that he injured himself.
Well, but I mean,
we'll see.
Whatever.
Maybe there'll be a developing friendship there or something. Yeah. So, which I'm cool with. I prefer a friend versus a bully, anyways.
Yeah.
Nick's familiar Amelia tried to kill Sabrina because she's gotten jealous and crazy.
Which was such a strange storyline because we honestly haven't spent that much we haven't got that much info on familiars. So for it to come out of nowhere that the familiar can really be like this, because you kind of think of them as
just more of helpful, but also maybe a little bit derpy friends.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Clearly they're independent beings. Yeah. And everything, but. They felt like a lot. I mean, never a familiar, the description of They
never felt that powerful. And then to find out one can go this extreme and try to kill people was definitely a change up. But also interesting to know. At the end of the episode, Rozs goes fully blind.
Yeah. And it was obviously we knew she was going blind. They had the fact that she mentioned, she discussed it several times, and then also that she'd been wearing glasses. But this really felt like it came all of a sudden because we hadn't seen much more of a progression besides the facts that she started wearing glasses.
Yeah.
So it was boom, you're blind.
Fully blind. So we'll probably find out in this episode a little bit more on how that goes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, is it a
ghost?
Right. Dr. Cerberus' House of Horrors. Is this a Halloween episode?
Ooh, probably.
Awesome.
We're about that date.
I'm gonna set you up somewhere, maybe down here.
Oh, how kind.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a place to do a tarot reading at all.
It's like they already set it up.
I know.
I said I loved the movie. Nick,
Aww.
you know I love a horror double feature.
Why are you so upset then? Because I was 5 minutes late?
I don't like missing the trailer.
Me too!
Then, you know what would help?
Tarot card reading.
Yeah, clarity. What?
Oh, I hope it's not an evil tarot card reading.
I feel like it looks like an evil tarot card reading. I love the format of this episode already.
Can I trust him?
I mean, I feel like these are normal questions for the beginning of a relationship anyway.
Yeah.
So...
But she hasn't had many, so she doesn't know.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust. What is it? Oh, the magician.
Oh, wonder who that could be.
I love how it looks like him, too.
Few women can resist.
I mean, that's true.
I'm not the one who stabbed your familiar to death and left you crippled with blue balls.
Did you tell people?
Tell people about what happened during
Nick,
Lupercalia.
you're making a lot of mistakes right now.
Wondering if you lied to me about Amalia, what else are you maybe lying about?
She doesn't trust him anymore.
Tell me if you were lying.
But that was also a really big thing.
Yeah.
And sorry, but I don't think I can be your magician's assistant. Being arm candy? It's not really my style. See you at the show, though.
He shouldn't have brushed off her concerns because this is a real concern she has, clearly. I just don't know if she's going about it the right way either.
Yeah, agreed.
Fooled you, didn't I?
This is such a weird
I know. I'm enjoying
scene.
it, though.
Somebody do something!
Oh god, Sabrina!
Brother Blackwood! Nick, do something!
Oh, calm down, Sabrina. Have you never bilocated before?
think she'd be nice that she'd be so worried about you, Prudence.
Right.
I'll need the help of the bravest lady in the room.
I'll do it.
She's like, I can't take it anymore.
So far, this is such a weird episode. I can't understand, like, the theme or where it's going, so this is interesting.
Oh, I enjoy it, though.
Prudence, Dorcas, Agatha. Why? Why are you doing this? Don't you realize what the altitude will do to her?
Is this a dream?
Yeah, I feel like it is. It's so weird. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Especially because Nick would already know the reversal spell.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
You need not fear the dark path, as long as you trust the boy who walks it with you.
I mean, I hope that's true. Because I like Nick.
It's this book of Houdini stage tricks. Come on, trust me. You'll love it.
I love when they do fun things like this.
Yeah, agreed. It's gotta be all, like, strangely specific terrors.
Mm-hmm.
But what if I ask and they say no?
Then don't ask him. Just take what you need.
What do you mean?
You might as well ask Sabrina. She's your
Right?
friend.
I'm pretty sure they'd say yes if it's doable.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd probably maybe like ask your dad's permission, but
These are
other than
all impossible situations.
that, I think they're meant to show you the worst in order to lead you on the proper path.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fairy tales. Yeah, basically how they have warning stories inside them.
No.
Now it's time, Theo.
You're gonna end up part cat like Hermione did when she messed up that Apologies potion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What in the world?
I don't know, but it looks disgusting.
Did you mix it wrong?
Yeah, thinking. Or maybe because, like, he's not a witch, so, like...
Wait, are you turning into wood?
Oh, sweet Satan.
Oh.
I am Groot.
In no time, chop chop, as they say.
Couldn't you like reverse it and then redo it better?
I don't know.
Hold still for me, boy.
Ugh, I don't want to watch.
Hold it.
They'll cut it, because Sabrina doesn't do, like, gore, but... Well, they do, like,
This is
horror
still
gore,
for
so
me
maybe they
now.
will.
Bam. Oh no.
A warning. My advice, don't steal. And seek help early from others that can help you reach the prize.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, see, like I said, yeah, I think they're fairy tale warning story kind of things.
Yeah.
I feel a bit foolish offering, since you already see so much yourself.
Oh.
Raised money to help pay for it.
No. No, they just gave him the money because he asked for it. Just the same way he asked for it when he needed a new car or when he wanted to pay off our house. He just asks for money for himself. Only this time it was for me, and I let him do it. I took
I mean,
it.
the operation one makes sense, but the other one's not as much. Because, I mean, they would have done that for anybody in their congregation.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I
But the
agree.
car and house one is a little...
Yeah.
Did she have an operation too? Because
Oh,
otherwise
shit.
I don't know why she's wearing that.
This is a whole thing where she, like, took her eyes, isn't it?
Oh. Awkward.
I mean, because this is a fairy tale, right?
Yeah.
So, like...
Definitely.
Look with your new eyes and see what you did to me.
Okay, it's okay. And patience is a virtue, right? I can wait, Dad.
I think she knows if she makes that choice, it'll eat her up too much and make her regret it.
Yeah.
I swear, Hilda, it's like you're trying to sabotage my wedding.
Maybe a little bit.
I sense a very powerful woman with a great and momentous event ahead of her.
You literally just heard me mention I was getting married.
Super skeptic Zelda. I'm excited for this.
How very fitting.
She knows how to convince Zelda to do something. High priestess, you say?
Invite me, and I'll keep your treachery a secret. Deny me, and I'll tell the High Priest what you did.
I'm gonna guess she's gonna marry the high priest instead.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hi.
Oh no, what's this gonna be for Harvey?
To be honest, I hope it points him to going.
I know,
I don't want him to stay with his dad and run the mines.
right? Somebody's real subtle in there.
Welcome to the Arkham Colony for the Arts, Harvey.
Hi.
Nice name for the colony.
Yeah. Arkham.
And I serve.
What?
The world will kneel before you.
Harvey can just never escape the demonic, can he?
I know, right? He's gonna take over and start doing it, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Honestly, I'm so confused by this one.
No, well, I can't tell if it's telling him to go or stay, so...
Yeah. Maybe it's not about going or staying, though. I don't know.
Maybe it's about looking at it, like, looking into other things or not. You know, whether to let it go or to keep investigating.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the effects of that scene, though.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You will dig deep to unearth your true calling.
But I don't know. You can learn so much in Arts Colony, though.
Mm-hmm. Ambrose! I missed you!
Hello.
I'm sorry for whatever weird thing's about to happen to you. Again.
He's one of my finest boys, and he's long made a case for you, Ambrose.
This is not the type of society I would like to join.
Correct, my aunties. And especially your cousin, Sabrina.
This is a pretty obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
But he's getting in too deep with Father Blackwood.
He always gets the worst visions.
He does.
Dissecting yourself, killing your family. You tell him, Salem. I've missed you, Salem. Ambrose would never do this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a wand? Or I thought it was...
I think it's like a stake.
That's what I thought, but no, this looks very Harry Potter-y to me. See, it is... I told you, it's a wand.
I don't think it is. It doesn't make any sense. Why would there be blood on him then?
Violence.
Sectum Sempra is what he's doing on him. So it, like, cuts him, splashes blood everywhere? Doesn't make any sense.
Welcome, Ambrose Spellman, to the Judas Society.
Woohoo, fancy pin full of misogynists. How fun. I liked that ending. It was very, like, classic horror. What did it say?
I don't know.
Is Lucas dead or something?
Or Lucas playing him, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Thank you both so very much.
You're gone so soon.
Well, it stopped raining.
Just at that moment. I wonder who she really is.
But I don't trust them. So will you do that? For me?
Okay. I couldn't think of what solution she'd come up with, but yeah, that's a good one. She trusts him, but not them.
Yeah.
It's about young Lucas. We've lost him, I'm afraid.
What?
Lost him? He died in service to the Dark Lord. In service to me.
What was he doing? I don't understand.
He thought the death meant the Spellman's, not Luke.
Will you honor him, his memory, by taking his place?
Don't do it, it's a trick.
Shut up, Stolas. You've never been fooled by a glamour before.
See? I knew I couldn't trust you. She's so clever. Is she trying to take over Hell now instead of...
I would be interested in that, to be honest.
Just be his partner?
What does she get?
She'll be the guard. She is, I think. She's just like, screw it. If he's not going to have me, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was that episode of Sabrina.
Chapter 15.
One thing that's interesting about Sabrina versus some of our other short shows, because Sabrina's obviously like 10 episodes or something, I don't remember.
Yeah, about, give or take.
I think maybe actually 9 episodes. Versus like Stranger Things or the Veronica Mars. Mm-hmm. We don't have watched enough of The Boys for me to say yet. That Sabrina feels like more episodic versus Stranger Things and Veronica Mars feels more like an 8-hour movie. Yeah. Or whatever. So I think that's really interesting, a nice contrast. And, you know, like the difference in the formats. It does allow for more like these one-off fun episodes like this, which does advance the plot a little bit in that I think we saw a little bit of Miss Wardwell. But otherwise, this is definitely a character study on all of these people because all these things didn't actually happen. It's all like decisions they need to make or like how their choices are maybe going to affect things, but didn't actually move the timeline forward in any way. So
yeah, it's definitely more of a turning point episode versus like a lot happening. I really did enjoy the format of it. I thought it was really fun, and I love when Sabrina plays up the like horror aspect, the classic horror styles. Agreed. Like with Ambrose, like right at the end of his vision, where it's like on his face, and there's the creepy like that high-pitched music that they always use.
And then the flash of lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was big on that. There's Sabrina's, which was obviously about staying with Nick.
Yeah.
And,
well, trusting Nick.
Trusting
I think.
Nick.
She's having trouble trusting Nick.
Yeah. And then also, but the part about avoiding the weird sisters is honestly a part that I'm slightly intrigued about, because I do feel like sometimes they're on the same side and sometimes they're not. And so, like, obviously the big point of it is to, like, trust Nick, but why also not trust the sisters?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not trustworthy in that, like...
They do things for their own motives.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. But, on the other hand, I enjoy the growing relationship that she sometimes has with Prudence. So, I don't know. Yeah. And honestly, previously to this episode... Yeah, Nick, we know that Nick has dated them in the past or whatever, but in the show they haven't demonstrated that Nick is in any way falling under their spell or attracted to them in any way. And he, in fact, often, like, stops them from doing stuff. He's definitely stronger than them. So, like, when he stops them from killing Harvey's brother, like, with the nails in the things, or, like, how he assists Sabrina, he in no way ever has demonstrated a sort of, like...
interest in them. It's more like they're like a... just like a playful friend who he sometimes has to stop.
Yeah.
So
we'll see where that goes, I guess.
Curious.
I just feel like it's hard to do that kind of thing in the school. Like, stay away from them or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Theo's, whose was pretty, like...
pretty on the nose, pretty obvious.
Yeah, but it makes me wonder... I do get... Because now that we know that it was Miss Wardwell doing it all views a little bit differently. Like... does she want Sabrina close to Nick so that she is less likely to want to, like, be the queen of the Dark Lord because she has somebody physically there? Or, like, yeah, I'm just curious about where Miss Wardwell's going with that. And then knowing...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to move on to Theo. So
no, I'm talking about Miss Wardwell.
Okay,
So for me, though... I don't see the visions as her trying to manipulate them into a decision. For me, like how she was talking at the end, I felt like these were just like an excuse to look into their mind.
And then just picking one.
It didn't necessarily... The decisions that they come out... that they conclude with after the thing, honestly...
She doesn't care. It was just...
has nothing to do with Miss Wardwell. Gotcha. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She, like Miss Wardwell was just doing it to get into their head.
Yeah.
And therefore, she's kind of picked whatever decision they were leaning towards, whichever one came most naturally from their fear vision.
Yeah.
But in case it is that the outcome does also matter.
Yeah.
Like with Theo, I was gonna say is like if Sabrina's closer to Theo again, that's closer to your human friends, less likely to go to the dark side.
But that's not the result of Theo's vision. The result of Theo's vision is don't steal. It has nothing to do... It's a metaphor for the stealing of the potion going wrong. It doesn't have anything to do with her.
But she said ask for help.
Yeah.
That was the other part of it. Don't steal, ask for help.
Yeah.
Which obviously would be the Spellmans. So the closer she is to them, the less likely she is to turn to the dark side.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Rozs is where it's kind of like... I mean, I guess if she has the cunning, then she's more useful versus if she doesn't have the cunning.
Yeah. Well, but also with Rozs, if we're playing on the fact that it doesn't matter if it's just Miss Wardwell just using it to look into their minds, she was already leaning that way.
Yeah.
She was already feeling guilty about possibly taking the money from the church. So I feel like even without this, she probably would have made that decision.
But it just helped solidify it.
Solidify it for her. And then the next one, Harvey. Harvey is the one whose decision I disagree with the most.
Yeah.
So you don't have to leave to practice your art. That is absolutely true. There's a lot of self-trained artists, and you can learn a lot at home. But the fact that he got accepted to the colony and was considering going, if that means he had the funds to go and everything like that, he just didn't want to leave Rozs for the summer, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't necessarily know he had the funds because his dad wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah, but he was saying his reason not to go was, I don't want to leave you. So... for me, that felt a lot like the opportunity for growth at an art colony where he hasn't had any formalized training at all at home yet. I just think it would have been a smarter decision in the long run for him to go. And then he can go back home and take that what you've learned and practice it and
especially
be inspired at home. It's only for the summer. It wasn't like he was leaving for a long time. So that's the one where I'm just like, it felt a bit like, oh, we need to keep Harvey on the show.
No, yeah,
it didn't feel
like that.
It would have been better for Harvey's life if he had just gone for a summer and he maybe would have learned stuff. Maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe he learned stuff he realized he didn't like the direction his art was going, or when he was at this art colony and he could
the
go
opportunity
back
to try different styles.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so that's the one where the decision I really disagree with the most.
Yeah, but then again, it's also like if it does come back to this decision doesn't actually matter, and it's more of what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do think it's partially of obviously we need to keep Harvey in the show, but two of Harvey is too afraid to leave.
Yeah.
You know, like, because if it is whatever they want, that's how the vision actually went, then it's Harvey's too afraid to leave. He doesn't want to leave his friends and family and stuff. Or
they discussed about learning a new path kind of thing too.
Yeah.
His third card was about learning, which I assumed was mean that he's going to go deeper into the witch stuff. Like he's going to learn more about the supernatural or something.
I think so too.
Which, frankly speaking, I'm not sure is healthy for him.
Yeah. It's interesting for the show, unhealthy for Harvey.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, I think Harvey's is definitely the path that's most up in the air of how it will affect him and what will happen. Mm-hmm. And I think it's also partially because he's been manipulated by magic so much.
Yeah.
And his family is so messed up to begin with that he's already on a sort of precarious edge. So it could really play either anyway. Mm-hmm. But moving on from Harvey on to Zelda. I don't know how I feel about her decision of not telling him. I can really see it either way. I'd be more just worried of what Father Blackwood's retaliation would be, I guess.
Yeah, I don't see the thing is I don't feel like she needs to tell him because she did it out of fear of baby's danger life to the baby.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she took him because he was disappointed he'd have a daughter. She literally thought he'd kill the daughter so that he would have an elder son. Mm-hmm. So for me, she didn't make a bad decision in taking the baby and stuff. Not telling him.
I mean, they're not even getting married for love anyways, so it's kind of one of those. It's also the knowledge that Father Blackwood, there's a lot of stuff he's not telling Zelda. Like probably seas and seas of things. So
yeah, like maybe if it wasn't Father Blackwood, but then if it wasn't Father Blackwood, she wouldn't have had to take the baby in the first place.
Exactly.
So
the relationship is already all business anyways. That it's like a 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other for me.
Yeah, and to be honest, this whole thing where she was like afraid to tell him or whatever, the vision. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just telling her not to tell him, but in her real life scenario, I think that she could handle whatever he threw at her. Yeah, she's like a badass. Well, I don't feel like his retaliation. She wouldn't be as scared as she was in that vision in her real life.
I don't mean retaliation for her. I meant retaliation against the baby or other people involved. Yeah. That's what I meant. I didn't think it would be a problem for her, but Prudence was there and she knew about it.
Yeah.
And then what would happen to the baby or Desmelda who's watching the baby and stuff like that. I wasn't really worried about Zelda as much as the
I do wonder
characters.
About Prudence, like her hiding it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's technically her sister, so maybe she would want to hide it.
I think she would.
She is technically the oldest child.
Yeah.
So she would have less competition from the older, younger girl baby, because the boy is automatically heir. Mm-hmm. Whereas there'd be like something up in the air for them. But then, I don't know, maybe she's just like, I'd want to protect my sister too.
I think she wants to protect her sister. I think that's why she would have kept it a secret. I don't think it was like, I want more for myself. I think she knows the life she lived and she doesn't want her baby sister to deal with that. Especially now that there is a heir involved. Because it would have probably would be even worse now that there's an heir.
Mm-hmm. Last off, Ambrose. Ambrose's vision was super obvious. Mm-hmm. I'm really questioning, first of all, whether Lucas is actually dead.
I feel like it's definitely he wasn't able to do season 2 thing.
Oh, yeah. Because has he shown up at all in season 2?
I think we've maybe once, but I'm pretty sure we have not seen him at all.
Well, you know what else we haven't seen? Whoever killed Connor.
I feel like that's just a forgotten
plot line. That's one of the downsides, I think, of Sabrina so far, is that some of these mysteries that I'm really excited to get into, like who killed Connor? Is it a witch hunter? Is it a witch? Whatever. Mm-hmm. They just disappear. And it feels like a combination of seasons too short, but also like...
You don't have it fully planned out yet.
Yeah, because there's sometimes where I'm just like... When we were discussing like Harvey, I'm like, well, we've seen Harvey in conjunction with other people, but we haven't seen a lot of solo Harvey, and that is something you would get in a full season, where you'd get more in depth on some of these characters that you just don't have time to. So you have to do an episode like this where you're like splitting into all the chunks so that we can cram as much character study into one episode as possible.
It sounds like we might see more of Harvey though, depending on this episode, if he is going to get more into the magic side of things.
Yeah. Well, I don't just mean like Harvey.
Yeah.
Some of them feel like they belong in a really fleshed out world, and some of them don't.
Like sometimes Hilda's is a little bit rushed. Like we don't.
Especially Hilda. She feels like she's just a side player in like other people's
fun
stories.
Character.
But like, and then there's other shows where you feel like everything is fleshed out.
Yeah.
So in Sabrina's, it's a weird combination because I feel like I don't really want the seasons to be longer, but then I also feel like some of the people just get like short shafted on a lot of stuff. I almost wish
the episodes were a smidge shorter, and there was a smidge more episodes. Like if the episodes were only like 45 minutes long versus an hour, because I think they're an hour long.
Yeah, I think so.
But if they were only like 45 minutes long, and then we had like 15 episodes instead, because then I feel like we could get just more going on in it.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike it or anything, but yeah, I just feel like we could get
There's just something a little bit off about the pacing and the combo of like time on Sabrina that we feel like could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I love it's still a good show.
Yeah. I love the show. I love the story. I really love the style. Like I'm all about that style.
Yeah. Great.
So that was chapter 15, as they call it. Episode
I don't know,
4
it's all
of season 2, I think. Yeah. So thanks for watching with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next episode. Bye!
Do you hear that noise?
The outdoors.
Okay.
I hear nature.
Nature.